On this episode of Imagine, Create, Inspire.
Here in Birmingham, musicians of the Alabama Symphony Orchestra presented a free concert to benefit Ukraine. It took place at the Brock Recital Hall at Samford University. They performed a recital called Play for Peace. This is an effort to continue to bring some relief to Ukraine.
You are listening to Imagine, Create, Inspire, the podcast. Join host Bruce Andrews in conversations with creatives. Every artist has a story, and the struggle is real to stay inspired and in the flow. Join in the conversation by leaving us your comments, and thanks for listening.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast, Imagine, Create, and Inspire. 3 words in a very deliberate sequential order. One leads to the other. Imagination leads to creation. Creation leads to inspiration. And inspiration, when you properly apply it, produces hope. And hope is a commodity. Hope is fuel for the human soul. So we're all about sponsoring, finding out what is a catalyst for the imagination. So today I want to introduce you to somebody who's new to the Shelby County Arts Council and new to the United States, really, Iryna Samara. Iryna is going to start teaching voice at the Shelby County Arts Council and many other things. So welcome, Iryna.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, look, I know that everybody is, Ukraine is in the news. I mean, it's on the tip of everybody's tongue now. You know, probably a year ago, it might not have been at the forefront of my thoughts, but now it is everybody's. So tell us how you got here. I mean, can you do that in a few words? Or in a few sentences?
Yeah, it's I come here because of the war. I left my city on 3rd day of the war because it was too dangerous to stay in my city, Zaporizhia. It's east of Ukraine. It's near Russia. So I heard the bombing. It was too dangerous, and I took the train and left my family. I thought I've never seen, maybe it was so hard time. But God is so merciful for us. So it was one way. We were coming here for 1 month. We were in west of Ukraine. We were in Hungary. Tried to get visa. I didn't get the visa. That's why I go through the Mexico, and I got humanitarian parole, so I can be here legally for 2 years, and we don't know how we'll be in the future. Yeah, but we hope the war is finished and it will be victory for Ukraine.
Well, I hope so too, and especially for you and your family in specific. We don't have to go deep into that, but I mean, this is something you can't prepare for, right? I mean, you're all of a sudden you have to leave, and so you try to take as much of yourself with you as you can, not lose your personality.
Yeah.
And so much of that is maintained by your art, right?
Yeah.
Your music, yeah. Tell me how music is kind of saved you or maintains you, your love of music.
I had been singing for all my life. I was going to a symphony concert with my grandpa since like my early age, and I had my first music teacher. She's the reason I fell in love with music. She changed my life, and I have decided that I want to be just like her, to become a reason for love to music to someone too.
That makes total sense. Yeah. So your teacher made you love music.
Yeah.
How old were you when you met this teacher?
7 years.
7 years old.
Yeah, I into art school, and I was studying for 10 years. And I have to live my music life for a long time, for maybe almost 10 years. I tried to something else, but I understood that I can't live without music, without singing. And when I was 25, I decided to continue my musical education.
And so is that in the Ukraine, I mean, the arts are more easily approached in the educational system? I mean, readily available? I mean, you went to a school for the arts in Zaporizhia?
Yeah, I think it was God's plan because my parents, they didn't know about my talent, and my mom, she was English teacher, and my sister, she was studying in English school, and mom, she just so tired about like English. I don't know why. She just decided me to put me something different, and it was art school. And when I into that, the teacher of music, she said, "Oh my goodness, your child is so talented. She should be here. She should be here to study here." And then it started.
So you went to a different school, a school for the arts.
It was
And-
one school, like general school with art.
Where you could specialize.
Yeah, we had a choir, we had a solfeggio, music theater, piano, vocal lesson, everything. Yeah, it was included.
And so it was, for a lack of a better way to describe it, is classical training. I mean, in other words, or did it involve like what we would call popular music, pop music?
It was more classic.
Yeah.
Classic. Yeah.
Right. And so, so to this day, is that your favorite genre or kind of music?
I think classic vocal it's support of vocal. If you can sing classic, you could sing everything. And I'm sure about this because when I got the opera singing, it's become for me much more easier to sing in pop, jazz, worship, because you know this technique, you know how to breathe, you know your position, and the most important thing to know this basic thing. And I want to share it with my students. Even they don't want to sing the opera, they could got this technique, and it will help in a different type of music.
Right. Like a typical thing with maybe a child would be that they maybe have good pitch or something, but they sing really soft. And so
yeah,
you
because
teach
they
them
don't know how
mechanics.
to breathe. They don't
Yeah.
know where exactly should go in this sound, you know?
Yeah. So your love for not only music, but your drive, I guess, your ambition to teach is born out of the fact that you were inspired by a teacher.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what you want to do, right?
Yeah, I love to teach. I love to see reaction of my student, how they find out something new inside of them, in new voice. I want to help them to find that unique voice given by God and see their success.
I like it. I like it. And so since you've been here already, I mean, you've had some opportunities to work with some kids, haven't you?
Yeah, I got students from different countries, from Latvia, from Belarus, from Russia.
You did that right here, to be clear, right here in Birmingham.
Yeah,
right?
in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did you do with them?
Teach the voice.
Yeah, did you teach them a Ukrainian song?
Also,
Yeah.
Ukraine. Yeah, that's, now I think this time when all countries try to be together to support Ukraine to fight with the evil, and for me it was very kind to see that their parents and even some students, they want to learn something Ukrainian and sing in Ukrainian language to support Ukraine. And actually, we participate Ukrainian event with my children, and they were singing in Ukraine. It was not easy for them, but they try so hard, and their pronounce was very good.
Well, you were telling me that sometimes when you teach, especially young people, that's teaching them some Ukrainian phrases is more musical somehow. I mean, can you explain that a little bit? Maybe like how the pronunciations lend themselves to good music?
We have difference in pronounce English and Ukraine. Some of words very hard for native people from here, because you don't have like r, you don't have like like this sound. So I try to explain it to find this sound
In the context of music.
Yeah, in the context of music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like like the word for love in Ukrainian is
Кохаю,
Yeah.
кохати,
See,
кохання.
I mean, that's like that sounds musical without a piano behind it. That's beautiful. So, your grandfather was a big influence on you.
My grandfather, he was a singer. Actually, my grandpa is engineer, but also he loved to singing, and his young age he was singing, and when I was growing we were singing together, we were watching the music together, attend the concert together, and he was died very young, and I remember like people, a lot of people knew him, and they asked who he gave his voice to. Somebody is singing in your family, and everybody said, yeah, our little daughter, yeah, she is singing. Yeah, so I'm sure he would be proud of me that I continue this.
I'm sure he would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. So you want to teach. You're teaching here, and we're proud that you are. And we'll of course run underneath the interview a way to get in touch with the Shelby County Arts Council and to get in touch with you to take lessons. But do you have personal aspirations? What you want to do as an artist? I mean, would you like to sing with the symphony some more, or would you like to write music? What is your personal aspiration as an artist?
Of course, I want to grow with my singing, with my vocal. I continue to study. Even like I finished my education in Ukraine, I want to continue. And I have my vocal coach in Ukraine. Now she's in USA, also in Washington.
Oh, yeah? Awesome.
And we had a conversation by phone, and I all the time try to study something new. She helps me a lot, and I want to sing in here and and present my country, my culture. Maybe it helps with my experience, and I already was singing in fundraiser concert last year for Ukraine with Alabama Symphony Orchestra, and now I participate the choir, Alabama Symphony, and we will see what will be next, but I don't want to leave this. I want to continue and singing, teaching, because it's my life. I live with this. I love it. Yeah.
Well, I often say that, or when I'm trying to describe the Shelby County Arts Council. We're in central Alabama, obviously, or maybe not obviously, but, I say predominantly we're a community of artists, and you're part of that community now. And I think you're a great example of the fact that the community has no borders. That the arts are global, and the idea of imagination is kind of the opposite of desperation and those kind of things. And so our motto is imagine, create, and inspire. And I think you're a great example of that. I appreciate you being a part of our family and everything. So is there anything that you would want, to say presumably some people back in the Ukraine might be watching this or might get a chance to watch this. If you have a little message, this is your chance. Go ahead, go for it. Yeah.
Never give up and continue to do what God calling you to do.
That's it in a nutshell, baby. I love it. Well, thank you, Iryna, for your time. And we look forward to working with you. And if anybody wants to get in touch with us, the information is going to be underneath this video. We'll also run in the context of our conversation some examples of you singing and teaching and all that sort of thing. And I know folks are going to want to see it.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, God bless you, Iryna.
God bless you too.
Time well spent.
Намалюю тобі зорі, що впадуть з небес уночі. Я малюнок той складу і в куточку підпишу, що ті зорі то є ти. Солодка любов твоя, в обіймах твоїх почую я. Моє серденько, послухай, сльози поцілуй мої, і любов свою в долонь намалюю я тобі. Моє серце то є ти.
Thanks for listening to Imagine, Create, Inspire, the podcast. For more information on the Shelby County Arts Council, please visit www.shelbycountyartscouncil.com.